Taurus, I'm here to do your weekly read. I'm going to start off with the Eye of Ra deck, and we'll move on to get some further clarification as we go. Okay. Okay, so Taurus, at this time, I'm going to take this one as well because it really wants to come out. Yeah, so I don't really know which way this came out. It just was sticking out there. So we'll just add it on to the end right here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, it's kind of clear cut. Right now, there may be a need for you to plug into your what I call a vibe tribe. Your spiritual friendships may be suffering a little bit because you're focused on something else. That's just what I'm. It just seems like X marks the spot. Seems like your focus is not on the X at this time. It's more on um, potentially something more worldly. You're thinking really hard about your blessings in the future and wanting to defend that. This just flipped out while I said that. I was just trying to pick up this deck and give it a little shuffle while I was talking, but you might be trying to gain cerebral strength to achieve something or to pursue a blessing of some type is the other portion of this. Just seeing like there could be like a movement towards. I'm just seeing like a bundle on the water. Um, I think it was definitely significant the motion of the river and the motion of like the waves that we've got in our lives of separate varieties of emotion, and they last for different amounts of time. They influence us in different types of ways. But I'm just seeing here a river running through all of this. In that, spiritually speaking, you may not feel familiar to anybody else, or nobody feels familiar to you. You don't necessarily feel like you have somebody to relate to about that, but you do have the courage to think about it, and that is a blessing. At the very most, you're keeping an open mind, having the courage to try to sit and think about these relationships and why they might have an influence one way or the other, and in which ways you'd like to go ahead and I'm just build that up or rectify, reverse whatever unplugging has happened for you just in your to day life. So I'm going to use the Moonchild Tarot deck to get some more clarification. Can I get clarification? Also, you might have just left, or might have just, I guess you could say, defriended in the face of Facebook. Um, some of the friend groups that you were associating with before. And at this point, you're trying to have more of a cerebral connection with your blessings, maybe becoming more spiritual, maybe going to, a place of worship more often. Whatever the case is, this just seems like you've had a transition that's recently taken place, and because of that transition, yeah, you're looking forward to being able to really kind of defend yourself and feeling smug or this woman is just sitting alone. You can't see her face, so her identity is anonymous or irrelevant. This skull right here has a lot more to do with how she's feeling. She's confronting death directly. She's got all of these swords pointed directly at her, but if you can see her position, she's almost that's the courage that it took for her. It's almost knee buckling courage, or I'm just seeing a fawn, like Bambi or something in the woods, looking at her dead mother, or that moment in Homeward Bound when they're looking at the possibility of the dog not coming home. It's kind of like whatever's happening is threatening her position, and this is the threat, which feels like she's staring directly at it and it's impending on her. She's got the courage to think her way out of this, though, and the blessings to have the wherewithal to take a look around, to point out the secrets that are only half exposed and turn them into blessings. And then also to, I'm just, this is two people rather than one. So what I'm, when we're thinking about spiritual wellness or spiritual friendships rather than her having a dead friendship or a friendship that feels intimidating to her. Very much so, this could be her deciding, I'm going to move towards what's half unknown or half seen or only half discovered thus far. And in that way, I get to create duplications or duplicitous friendship that is going to expand, yeah, and become something that is victorious. It's the Six of Wands. So I think that is the flipping of the coin, if you will. That is courageous. It's the bet. It's the risk. It's the little bit of blessings cerebrally and kind of that hopeful feeling of incoming. I'm just hearing incoming. Whether this is negative or positive, blessings can be lessons. So, whatever this is, I feel like you're victoriously going to be able to take these two aspects here and reverse them. And just based off of looking at the victory that landed directly above the card. Um, if this is you trying to figure out a way to reflect to yourself the ways in which you feel intimidated, that takes a lot of courage as well. So, in any case, I'm going to use the motherhood deck really quickly to get future advice and outcome, please. Okay, this fell out on top of that one, so I'm just going to leave it there. And we'll pull another one for this. Okay. Yeah, so basically this is the Ten of Discs. So this is you observing that other people may have established groups or circles of friendships or a spiritual vibe tribe that they feel connected to and very much involved in. And you like that. It looks like that's something that you have been wanting. You love the courage that it takes to execute this or to do it independently, one or the other. This could be your admiration of that independent hope or that other independent kind of ability to manifest blessings, or it could be the love of the fact that this is something you've observed and you kind of want to move towards it at this point. That Three of Wands is just popping out as well. Over here, this is the Strength card. So, like I was saying before, this woman just seems like she's sitting here confronting the five swords on the ground in front of her and the death that stares at her from the other side of the table. So this is the strength to sit at the table and say, you know what, I want to have the courage to pursue my blessings, especially if they're blessings that are not going to necessarily always be available. Air moves very quickly, wind moves very rapidly, and water over here, although it's consistent, if it's coming from a river or a stream, it does trickle along, so it moves. It's not stagnant, and that might be there's times in everyone's lives when you have to spend time alone and then spend time with people. This could very much be that. You could be going on the portion of your spiritual trip that does not include friends, and you've potentially been planning it, looking into it, observing other people do it for a while, and at this point you've got the courage to go and do it. I'm hearing a trip to Mecca almost. In Islam, you're supposed to, at one point in your life, the goal is to take a trip to Mecca. And I'm just hearing this is maybe the portion of the trip to Mecca. So this is the spiritual friends that can't come with you because you can only take your family or afford to take your family necessarily. Although you've looked into it quite extensively and it's been a goal for you for your entire life, at this point you've got the courage to do it. So the strength that it took to get that victory is something that you've been walking towards for a while. I'm just seeing the half moon. So this is, half the battle is done. You've earned the money. You've compiled everything that you need to do this or to make this change or transition courageously. Now you've got to go on the trip. So in any case, this is all for today. If you enjoyed that, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I will be back next time for another update. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.